Hey, Lowell from Gamer Guides here. We hope you had a wonderful holiday break and are enjoying your January so far. We're gearing up to cover all sorts of games in 2026, and we're starting with these essential tips for MIO, Memories in Orbit, which is a gorgeous Metroidvania you might have heard of. So let's get right to it. Tip number 1 is how to unlock the map. Unlike other Metroidvania, you'll notice the map is offline in the pause menu. This NPC, named She, right above the first save point in the area called the Spine, is where you unlock it. Though the first time you walk by him, he won't say much. You'll have to return later and offer him Nacre, which is the resource you get for defeating enemies, in order to fill up his little pool before he'll reveal the map to you. When you die, the Nacre you lost automatically heads back to this pool, so you'll eventually unlock the map regardless. You just have to return to She. In my experience, the map took a few hundred Nacre to unlock, whether freely spent or from dying. This map unlock happens in 2 stages, one where you can view the map when you visit him and another where you can access the map from the pause menu at any time. However, the map only updates when you save at a network gate, so keep that in mind. Furthermore, She won't accept Crystallising Nacre. Speaking of Crystallising Nacre, tip number 2 is all about safeguarding this precious resource so you can buy upgrades when you unlock Mel's shop. Crystallizer robots, denoted by this little flask symbol on your map, at least I think it's a flask, will turn your collected Nacre into a crystallized form that you will not lose upon death. There's no drawback to doing this, and each distinct area has a crystallizer robot hiding somewhere. However, right near She and the Spine, you can find an easily accessible one to the east after you circle back through the feral undergrowth. Definitely head there before taking on a boss. If you're looking for other crystallizer robots, have a gander at our MIO interactive map on gamerguides.com proper. I'll link that in the description. You won't find a better one anywhere else. So tips number 3, 4, and 5 are about 3 distinct upgrades that you can find early on that will make bosses and combat in general much easier. First is an equipable mod that gives you an extra layer of health. You'll want to head west past this enemy here in the dwellings to find a chest and a little challenge fight to nab it. Make sure to equip it at a save point. Tip number 4 on the next upgrade is in regards to how to unlock the dodge ability early. To do so, you'll want to head to the southeast corner of the feral undergrowth after unlocking the hairpin ability and then fight this boss called Flora. So don't worry about this one until you do have the hairpin. Beyond Flora, you'll find the aviary's passport. Take that passport back to the elevator near the beginning of the game and the shop and head up to level 1, the spine floor, and then east across the bridge. Beyond, Samsk will grant you a dodge, which activates a stationary dodge ability with generous iframes that makes fights much easier. Without going this route, you'll nab the dodge after coming through the entirety of a large area called Haven from the opposite direction. There's also a mod that upgrades the dodge iframes like 20+ hours into the game, so once again check out our interactive map if you're wondering where that is. Finally, our 5th tip is how you can grab a permanent damage upgrade called the Forebear's Legacy fairly early on. On your way to Metropolis through the dwellings, head up to the northeast corner of this room here to find it. This is just before you take on the boss called A-Cat and unlock the shortcut back to the Spine. This helps a lot with the bosses you'll go up against in Metropolis and Haven, as they're quite chunky. There's 4 other Forebear's Legacy to find, though you won't reach them until much later, like 10 to 15 hours of gameplay later. Speaking of Metropolis and Haven, tip number 6 is straightforward. The abilities you obtain in either area are used to progress in the other, so if you find yourself lost or unsure where to go, fast travel on over to the other area with a new ability and check those little white lines on your map and see if you can access them. Second to last and our 7th tip is how to unlock fast travel. Each network gate or save point is in fact a fast travel point, but you have to find the Torn Overseer in the same area first. You can save and update your map without it, but you can't warp back to the Spine or elsewhere until you do so. The Torn Overseers, in the first few areas anyway, aren't inaccessible and are generally findable pretty early on. So if you're struggling to find one, I know I sound like a broken record here, but head on over to our interactive map and check out where they're hiding. Fun fact, you can also exit out to the main menu and reload the game to warp back to your last network gate. MIO saves often in the background, so this can save you a few minutes here and there. Our final tip is the fact that MIO has 2 endings, one straightforward one with a clearly indicated final boss, and another that requires an excessive amount of exploration and puzzle solving to complete. We're also putting together a video guide for the true ending that'll be as spoiler-free as possible, so we'll include that in the description below when it's ready. But don't bother looking that video up until you're certain you're about to take on a final boss. The game signals it pretty clearly. And that's about all the essential tips I have for MIO Memories in Orbit. This unique Metroidvania gets much more difficult as you progress, so stay tuned to Gamer Guides for more videos like this one. And if you found this video at all helpful, maybe like and subscribe so we can continue on our quest to fulfill all your gaming needs here at Gamer Guides.